Pisces, this is a general reading, a love reading, and a financial reading. Now, this is my own interpretation, so do take that information that resonates with you as your own, and if there's any information that does not resonate with you, leave that for someone else as it will benefit them. Do stick with us though, as there's definitely a message here for you specifically. I can be found on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Weekly Tarot Light. I do weekly longer videos, daily shorter videos, and I do personal readings, so get in touch for those on Facebook. Let's get right into that general reading here. Now, it looks like in general, for the upcoming times, it looks like you really will have a situation that really absolutely satisfies you. You're going to be finding a lot of satisfaction, and you're going to be finding quite a bit of your life kind of not so much comes to a close, but comes to a resolution, that a lot of situations that have been looming over you will be realized and will be completed for you. And I see a lot of situations for you being started, completed, and successful. So let's just keep an eye on that as we go into the readings here today. Now let's get into that love reading. Okay. So in terms of love, it looks like you have been feeling very inquisitive towards yourself. I see that you have been finding that a lot of the time, you've been focusing so much on looking inward into yourself, and you've been fighting some demons. I do see that you've been working on yourself and trying to build yourself in a way that can really benefit you, but I see that you've been having some trouble with this. I noticed that this has absolutely been causing you some difficulty in your day-to-day life, that you feel like you aren't growing the way that you should be. I do notice that this absolutely, although this situation has been causing you some trouble, that you absolutely have been growing. And I see a lot of emotional growth in you, that especially I see that you do have a lot of change that is coming up and that is currently happening. Now, I see that you absolutely do have those around you who really do care for you and who are looking in your direction. I see that there is a scenario here that is really very fair to you. I especially notice that those around you, that there's that person for you and they are looking your way. I see that there is a fairness in this, and I see that there is a strong sense of connection between you and that person, and I see that that connection is really going to drive you somewhere. I noticed that you have absolutely recently, and that through that thought-provoking mindset that you've had towards yourself, you've kind of been bringing your dreams, your nightmares to reality. You've been kind of focusing on those anxieties and so worried about what is to come. I can really see that this is what's been causing you trouble, and I see that that person absolutely does have the ability to push that away from the front of your mind. And I see you really taking that person around, and I see you and that person really getting those thoughts off of your mind, and I see you flourishing and moving things forward in yourself, and honestly in that person, that their anxieties are going to kind of melt away a little bit. This won't dissolve those anxieties, but it will get rid of quite a bit of what makes them so top of the mind. Now let's get into that financial reading. So in terms of finances, let's just see. Okay, so in terms of finances, it looks like you recently have been feeling kind of left out in the snow. That you've been feeling like you aren't being connected or included, and you've been really feeling like that you're basically being left behind. I see that you absolutely have situations where these scenarios have really made you worried about what's next, what's to come. I see that this absolutely has led you into a scenario, just like in our love reading, that you absolutely are thinking about the past. Additionally, I see that you not only have been thinking about yourself and how to grow, but I see that you've been thinking a lot about where you came from, what had been, and how you can grow from those scenarios and from those situations. I notice that this is a very varied situation, that you have an overarching theme in your finances, that not everything is going to be growing fantastically, and things are going to be moving gradually for you. I see that this reliance on the past and on your fears has caused you to fall away and come away from what you were expecting. But I see that you absolutely do have growth to be had. Now, I see that this is an overarching theme of your general life into your finances, that you absolutely do have that growth that I mentioned, but that things won't be growing the way that you expect them to. I see that this is a time where things are going to be growing naturally and gradually, that in the future things may move faster, but I see that currently at this time that things will be moving at a natural and neat tempo. Things will not be moving too quickly, but it doesn't look like they will be moving too slowly either. But I do see that this recent times that have been causing you some ire, causing you some worry, that you will be absolutely thinking and moving more towards focusing on those around you. So I do see you taking heed of those around you and growing gradually. Now, that does bring us to the end of this reading. I will just reiterate that I can be found on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Weekly Tarot Light. I do weekly longer videos and daily shorter videos, and I do personal readings, so get in touch for those on Facebook. I'll see you next time.